As the years gone by, I'm not gonna lie, I started losing hope that we'd ever see Kingdom Hearts 3, or at least have a Cage game finally released on a next gen console instead of on all these different handheld consoles like they've been doing for quite a while. I only played Dream Drop Distance when it was included on the 2.8 HD collection on the PS4, because when it originally released on the Nintendo 3DS in 2012, I couldn't play it because I didn't own the system. So I watched all the cutscenes. So that's what I did. Again, I didn't play it till like, many years later on the PS3. The story of Kingdom Hearts was already complicated as it was, and for 3D to just add time travel to the occasion didn't help make things any easier. Like I said, I did play the game on a couple years later on the PS4, and I did enjoy it, even though I did find the drop system annoying. In 2013, now 2013, it was when they finally announced Kingdom Hearts 3 in a teaser trailer doing E3, which I absolutely lost my freaking mind. I remember that day. I remember that was like the first thing I woke up to, and I was hyped as hell. Even though it was super early in its development stages, the graphics they showed off looked amazing. And it was like this, and this is when they were using the Lucamot, the same engine they've been using for quite a while before they made the change switch or whatever. And yeah, the graphics looked amazing even at that time. At that point, as soon as I watched the trailer a couple more times, I watched other people's reactions. I believe this was like the first time I started watching reaction videos. This was my first time doing it. And as I was watching people's reaction to it, among them were HMK, who I immediately subscribed to and became one of my all-time favorite YouTubers who go over Cage content. Not too long after that, I started subscribing to Gamers Joint, aka Cynical, Skyward Wing, Volt Edits, and Sorum One. The four of them would later form the X Keepers. Hmm. At one point, me, including a lot of other people in the community, speculated that 2016 was going to be the year we finally get the game. But as you can clearly tell, since it's been 3 years past 2016, that it clearly wasn't the case at all. In 2014, it was pretty much like dry season, man, when it came to KH3 news. It was in that year, because apparently, so here's the thing. The reason for that was it was in that year that Square Enix decided to switch from the Luminos engine to the Unreal Engine 4, which, as I've said in my TS 101s, delayed the progression the Osaka team had made, as they had to restart from scratch. It wasn't until the next year when we got our first look of it in the new engine. I'm not gonna lie, Sora did look a bit off to me because I wasn't used to seeing him in these graphics. But the more trailers they came out with for this game, I thought Sora's model as well as his facial expressions looked great. Each trailer definitely have shown the amount of effort Square put into this game to look completely phenomenal. It was announced that before KH3's release, they would release yet another brand new game called zero point 0.2, a fragmentary passage. Jesus, these fucking titles. Well, anyways, which serves as a sequel to Birth by Sleep, as you got to play as Aqua, who is the main character of the story. For this game, I mean. This was basically a demo for Kingdom Hearts 3, as it was the very first Cage game released to be rendered on the Unreal Engine 4. It was Square's way of testing the waters in the source. Unlike the previous games, it was meant to be completed in only a few hours. That's why that's why it was included on the 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue collection. It was originally scheduled to release in December 2016, but was later removed. What it was moved to released in Japan on January 12th, 2017, and worldwide on January 24th, 2017. So there was like what, like a maybe a week or two gap between the Japan release and the US release. Anyways, it took me about 4 hours to finish it. I had fun playing it. I had fun playing it. Just wish it was longer, of course. But I understand the reasoning behind the game's length. Then there's Back Cover, which is an hour-long feature-length computer animated film that's pretty much rendered in the Unreal Engine 4. It was included in the 2.8 collection as well. It's connected to the Cage mobile game known as Key, Kingdom Hearts Key, and it features characters from the game. My favorite character in the film was undoubtedly the Master of Masters. He might be the funniest character introduced to the franchise, yet he might also be the most important. Which saddens me that it's already been announced that he won't be making an appearance in Cage 3, but apparently his apprentice Luxu will. Other than that, the movie as a whole pretty much was kind of like meh to me. Honestly, I felt a little cheated by the end, but I'm really not going to go much into it. But hey, the visuals look great. Then later that year at the D23 live stream, not only did we get confirmation that Pixar was going to be involved in Cage 3 with the reveal of Toy Story as a world, but we finally received a release window, which was 2018, until it got delayed to January 29th, 2019. However, if you're Japan, you already, as I said before, you already got the game. Everyone else has to wait 2 more days. Tetsuya Nomura, the series creator, explained that the decision behind delaying its release to 2019 had to do with poor timing. He and the development team wanted to aim for a close as possible worldwide release, as the game's development was going smoothly at the time. So it wasn't due to the game having development issues. Japan would have gotten. Here's the thing. Here's the thing you have to take into account. Japan would have had gotten the game potentially months earlier than the West if they didn't do this. I wasn't too upset about the delay because I knew it just meant that we have a better chance of getting a well-refined, well-polished game in the end, which I'm sure we're going to get at this point. After all the waiting we did, I'm doubting there are going to be any glitches. At least I hope not. Whew. And besides, we end up getting a buttload of news and trailers for the game throughout 2018 anyways. And it was in November that Nomura confirmed the game's completion. That's right, Kingdom Hearts 3 had finally went gold at that point. So here we are. It's the year 2019, and we're only 2 days away from this game. 2 days away. It's crazy, man. Freaking crazy. I just want this game to come out already. Like I said before, I was 14 when I finished Kingdom Hearts 2. I feel like a part of my childhood was waiting for this game. Now I'm 25 years old and we're so close to the release that it almost doesn't feel real. And on a serious note, it does make me reflect on the years that I've gone through. between finishing Cage 2 and prior to this game coming out. Now, one thing I did forget to mention was that I've probably as I said before, I have played KH2 so many times, but I've also watched the cutscenes a lot, like from 1 to 2 to 3. Like back when I still had my PSP, I would like download videos and stuff on there. So like whenever I was out of the house and going somewhere or somewhat, I was always like watching Kingdom Hearts. So I was always watching like either cut, and I would always like group the cutscenes up as if I'm watching a movie, right? So especially if like say for instance the Wi-Fi was out and the cable was out and stuff like that, and I couldn't go on the internet, so that way I used to like download like used to have like YouTube videos downloaded onto my computer with Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 cutscenes and Chain of Memories and Birth by Sleep, and I would always like watch like Kingdom Hearts 1 and then KH2, like watch them as if I'm watching like a movie, like watching movies. I do them a lot whenever the internet, whenever I was on the, I would watch KH1, 2, 3, like KH1, 2, Channel Memories, and Birth by Sleep. Watch them as films. For Birth by Sleep, since it was like split up into 3 story modes. One with Terra, Aqua, and Ventus. I would watch them like Birth by Sleep Part 1 or Part 2 and Part 3, and then have like the final episode be like a final movie, I guess. I don't know. And then same thing with Chain of Memories, since it's split up into Sora's story and then the Riku story. I would just watch them both separately, kind of like that. That's what I would do at the time. Like it's like I said, I pretty much grew up with this series. But going back to what I was saying, like going back to reflecting on like the years between finishing KH2 and prior to leading up to KH3, I've gone through a lot. I've gone through a lot since then. I've had my first kiss, went to prom, graduated from high school, started cosplaying, figure collecting, working out, got me a job, gained and lost some important people in my life along the way. I've even had 3 near-death experiences. In my lifetime, I've had a couple of regrets, and I've always said that one of the things that I'd regret not doing before I die was not being able to play Kingdom Hearts KH3. Now, I know to other people that might seem incredibly stupid for me to say something like that, but hey, it is what it is. You can feel however you want about me, but I absolutely love this series. And while I may have started later than a lot of other people who did when it contains to playing the games, it doesn't matter to me because for the longest time I've been a Cage fan, and I'm gonna die a Cage fan. I'm well aware to outsiders looking in that this is just some game. It's not real, and it shouldn't be taken that seriously. And to a certain extent, I do agree with that mindset. But for me, it is a big deal because Kingdom Hearts 3 as a whole, as well as its characters and themes, have shaped me, shaped me to be who I am as a person and who I want to be going forward. I strive to be like Sora and continue being myself and unapologetic about it, whether I look like a goof or not. Each day I try to smile and not let the negativity that goes on in my life stop me from following my dreams. Kingdom Hearts as a whole, as well as the Disney films I grew up watching, have helped motivate me to do so. That's why this series, while not being the best video game from a gameplay or even a storytelling perspective, will always have a special place in my heart. For Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm excited to try out all the different game mechanics for the game has to offer, like Keyblade transformations. Can't wait to see in person how well the visuals will look in the Unreal Engine 4. Hear the voices, the voice acting from new people, and people reprising their roles from previous Cage games as well as the Disney movies. The gorgeous music that will either hype you up as you're beating the crap out of your enemies, or the one that will tug at your heartstrings and will give you all sorts of feels like the OST and songs in previous games have. And I want to finally witness the conclusion to the saga that's been built up since the very first Cage game back in 2002, to witness the final battle against Xehanort and hopefully put him down for good. So no more alternate versions of Xehanort lurking around, causing trouble. No more Heartless, no more nobody, no younger version of himself time traveling. None of that shit. This has to end, and it will. But even after we finish the game, this won't truly be the end for the series, just a saga. Because series creator Tetsuya Nomura has already said in multiple interviews that this will not be the last game for Kingdom Hearts. There will be a Cage 4 whenever the hell that comes out, as well as other titles, Cage titles, which I'm really happy, because I'd be deeply sad for this series to end. And as much as I want this game to come out, I will sort of miss the long journey we as Kingdom Hearts fans have gone through leading up to KH3. Sure, it hasn't been easy, trust me, I know, but there have been some very special moments we as a community have shared together. All the excitement we experienced for the news and the trailers, and interviews, as well as fun discussions we've had over the years, like speculating which Disney property would be included as playable worlds. We'll have more Cage games to look forward to for that type of stuff, but it just won't be the same. That's why with the 2 days we have remaining before Cage 3 comes out worldwide, I'm gonna savor these days as much as I can, and I advise you guys to do the same. So that's it. That's pretty much my Kingdom Hearts experience right there, there. In the comments below, don't be afraid. Feel free to share your Kingdom Hearts experience with me. I'm sure, because I'm sure we've each experienced Kingdom Hearts differently from each other. It's not the same as some. Like I said, if like me, I started playing the game when I was 14 years old in 2007. So I didn't play the game like when it was 2002. I didn't play. So yeah, I'm curious to hearing about you guys' experience. And also comment what does the Kingdom Hearts series means to you as a person? What does it mean to you? Did you grow up loving this game, or did you started playing it like much later than most people did? Comment below, tell me what you think and all that stuff. And if you enjoyed the video, like I said, give it a like and stuff. I know this is a pretty long video, but I had a lot to say. Like I said, this game, Kingdom Hearts 3, it's not like all these other games like Jump Force or Fighter Z or any of these other games coming out. Like this game, this has I'm very emotionally invested in this game. Like I have a emotional attachment to this, because this is a game, like I said, I've been waiting for a long time. So it's very special. It's gonna be very emotional for me, especially when I buy the game, because I haven't pre-ordered it like other people. I'm just, because there's always that risk that when you order something online or pre-order or whatever, there's always that chance that there might be a delay in the shipping, and I didn't want to go through that. So I'm just gonna buy the game as soon as it releases in stores. So on the day it comes out, I'm going to the nearest Walmart close to my house, and I'm buying it. And yeah, be sure to yeah, I'm definitely gonna take some screenshots of the cup of the case when I buy it. Now, going back to what I was saying earlier, when I was saying that uh, I want to be able to upload more frequently than before. Now that might be a little hard to do because here's the thing: as soon as I buy this game, um, you probably won't be hearing from me for quite some time either. So like, well, I'm gonna be uploading another video soon, but it's gonna be Dragon Ball Z related, Dragon Ball related. But this is pretty much as far as like Kingdom Hearts related. This might be the last video you hear from me for a while, at least until like I finish KH3, because I'm gonna take some time to really want to enjoy myself and experience this game. Because much like I'm sure a lot of you guys are gonna do. So no, I'm not gonna be live streaming or uploading videos of me playing the game. I want this to be like a private thing for me because, like I said, I've been waiting a long time for this game, and I really want to enjoy it to the best I can. So, yeah, this is gonna be the last time, at least until I finish the game, and then I'll probably give like my thoughts on the game afterwards, after I've taken some time to think about it and stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm glad. I'm so happy if you know for you guys to actually stick around and listen to my thoughts and everything. Like I said, share your Kingdom Hearts experience with me in the comments below, and what the show, what the series means to you. You know, is it a game that you truly love, and you know you really hold a very special place in your heart as well, and you know just stuff like that. Anyways, that's it. I guess that's it. You know, just yeah, stay beast, and can't wait for this game to come out.